हेलो एवरीवन। आज हम पढ़ेंगे क्लास 10th पॉलिटिकल साइंस का चैप्टर नंबर 2 फेडरलिज्म। इस वीडियो में हम इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन आंसर्स को पढ़ेंगे जो बोर्ड के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट है। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं वेरी शॉर्ट आंसर्स से। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, विच स्टेट इन इंडिया हैज़ इट्स ओन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन? आंसर, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, what is rural local self-government popularly known as? Answer, Panchayati Raj. Next question, which local body has a mayor as its head? Answer, head of municipal corporation is a mayor. Next question, what other factors besides politics keep the federations united? Answer, besides politics, other factors which keep the federations united are culture, ideology, and history. Culture of trust, cooperation, mutual respect, and restraint has also helped in the smooth functioning of nations. Next question, what was the main objective of the constitutional amendment made in 1992 in India? Answer, the main objective of the constitutional amendment in 1992 was to strengthen the three-tier system of governance, like make the Panchayati Raj institution and the urban local bodies more powerful and effective. Next question, what status has been given to the Hindi language by the Constitution of India? Answer, Hindi has been given the status of official language by the Constitution of India. Next question, much of the official work in Indian states is done in which languages? Answer, much of the official work in Indian states is done in the official language of the concerned state. Next question, what is federalism? Answer, federalism is a system of movement in which the power is divided between a central authority and various constituent units of the country. This vertical division of power among different levels of governments is referred to as federalism. Federalism is one of the major forms of power sharing in modern democracies. Next question, name the subject list from which both the union and the state governments can make laws. Answer, concurrent list. Short answer question. Question, explain the vertical division of power by giving examples from India. Answer, when power is shared among governments at different levels, like the union or the central government, the state government, and the municipality and panchayat at the lower level. This division of power involving higher and lower levels of government is called the vertical division of power. Vertical division of power in India. The Constitution declares India as a union of states, although the word federation is not used. The Indian state is based on the principle of federation. The Constitution originally provided for a two-tier system of government, the union government or the central government representing Union of India and the state governments. A third tier of federation was added in the form of panchayats and municipalities. As in any federation, these different tiers enjoy separate jurisdiction. The Constitution provides for a threefold distribution of legislative powers between the union government and state government. It contains three lists: union list 97 subjects, state list 66 subjects, concurrent list 47 subjects. Next question, Why is decentralization favored in democracy? Identify any two reasons. Answer: 5 advantages of decentralization of power. When power is taken away from central and state governments and given to local governments, it is called decentralization. The basic idea behind decentralization is that there are a large number of problems and issues which are best settled at the local level. People have better knowledge of problems in their localities. They also have better ideas on where to spend money and how to manage things more effectively. Besides, at the local level, it is possible for the people to directly participate in decision making. This helps to include a habit of democratic participation. Local government is the best way to realize one important principle of democracy, namely local self government. The need for decentralization was recognized in our constitution. A major step towards decentralization was taken in 1992. The constitution was amended to make the third tier of democracy more powerful and effective. Next question: India comes under which type of federation and why? Answer: India comes under a holding together type federation. In this type of federation, a large country divides its power between the constituent states and the national government. There is one government for the entire country, and the others are governments at the state level. Both central and state governments enjoy their power independent of the other. The central government tends to be more powerful vis-a-vis the states. Often, different constituent units of the federation have unequal powers. For example, special powers have been granted to Jammu and Kashmir. Next question: State two agreements through which federations have been formed. Give an example of each. Answer: Coming Together Federation. This agreement induced independent states coming together on their own to form a bigger unit so that by pooling sovereignty and retaining identity, they can increase their security. Examples are USA, Switzerland, and Australia. All the constituent states have equal power and are strong. The federal government holding together federation. In this agreement, a large country decides to divide its power between the constituent states and the national government. The central governments tend to be more powerful. These states, often different constituent units of the federation, have unequal powers. Some units are granted special powers. For example, India granted special powers to Jammu and Kashmir. Other examples are Spain and Belgium. Long answer question: Which five provisions of the Constitutional Amendment of 1992 really strengthened the third tier of democracy in India? Explain. Answer: Major steps toward decentralization and strengthening of third tier taken in 1992 were: now it is constitutionally mandatory to hold regular election to local government bodies. Seats are reserved in elected bodies for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes (OBCs). At least one third of all positions and seats are reserved for women. An independent institution called the State Election Commission was created to conduct panchayat and municipal elections. The state government are required to share some power and revenue with local government bodies. Next question: why has federalism succeeded in India? Which are the policies adopted by India that have ensured it? Explain. Answer: reasons for success of federalism in India are clearly laid out constitutional provisions providing a threefold distribution of power in the three list: union list, state list, and concurrent list between the union government and state government. The nature of democratic politics in our country, which ensures that the spirit of federalism, respect of diversity, and desire for living together became a shared ideal. The creation of linguistic states, boundaries of several old states of India were changed in order to create new states. This was done to ensure that people who spoke the same language lived in the same state. Later, some states were created to recognize differences based on culture, ethnicity, or geography. For example, Nagaland, Uttarakhand, Jharkhand, Telangana, etc. Restructuring center state relations, the constitutional agreements for sharing power work depending on how the ruling parties and leaders follow these agreements. For a long time, the same party ruled both at the center and in most of the states. Post 1990 saw the rise of regional parties. Since no single party got a clear majority in the Lok Sabha, the national parties had to enter into an alliance which led to a new culture of power sharing and respect for autonomy of state governments. Next question: explain any five features of federalism. Answer: features of federalism. There are two or more level of government. Different level of government govern the same citizen, where each level has its own jurisdiction in specific matters of legislation, taxation, and administration. Existence and authority of each level of government is constitutionally governed. The fundamental provisions of the Constitution cannot be unilaterally changed. Such changes require the consent of both the level of government. Courts have the power to interpret the Constitution and powers of the different levels of government. The highest court acts as the umpire if any dispute arises between different levels of government. Sources of revenue for each level of government are specified to ensure its financial autonomy. Federal system has dual objectives: to safeguard and promote unity of the country and to accommodate regional diversity. Next question: describe the three forms of power sharing among different organs of government in India. Answer: the Constitution declared India as a union of states based on the principle of federalism. The Constitutional originally provided for a two-tier system of government: the Union or the central government representing Union of India and the state governments. Later, a third tier was added in the form of panchayats and municipalities. As in any federation, these different tiers enjoyed separate jurisdiction. The Constitution provided a threefold distribution of legislative powers. Union list includes subjects of national importance like defense of the country, foreign affairs, banking, communication, and currency. State list contains subjects of state and local importance like police, trade, commerce, agriculture, and irrigation. Concurrent list includes subjects of common interest to both the union government as well as the state government like education, forest, trade, union, marriages, adoption and succession. In case of dispute, law made by the union government shall prevail. Residuary subjects which do not fall in any of the three lists like computer software, etc. Union government has the power to legislate such subjects. As India is an example of holding together federation, all states in the Indian state or union do not have identical powers. Some states enjoy special status such as Jammu and Kashmir. There are some states too small to become independent like the union territories of Chandigarh and Lakshadweep. This sharing of power between the union government and state governments is basic to the structure of the constitution. Any change to it has to be passed by both the houses of the parliament with at least two-third majority. The judiciary plays an important role in the implementation of constitutional procedures. In case of any dispute about division of powers, the High Court and the Supreme Court make a decision. Next question. Describe in brief the language policy of India. Answer. Our constitution did not give the status of national language to any one language. The formation of linguistic states united the country and made administration easier. The leaders of our country adopted a various cautious attitude in spreading the use of Hindi. Hindi was identified as official language. The banning of use of English for official purposes in 1965 took a violent form in Tamil Nadu. The central government responded by agreeing to continue the use of English along with Hindi for official purposes. Promotion of Hindi is an official policy of the Government of India, but it does not impose Hindi on states where people speak a different languages. Besides Hindi, there are 21 other languages recognized as scheduled language by the Constitution. This flexibility shown by Indian leaders helped our country avoid the situation that Sri Lanka find itself in. Next question. What were the major steps taken to make decentralization more effective? Or what amendments were made in the constitution in order to make the third tier of democracy, local government, more powerful and effective? Answer. Major steps toward decentralization taken in 1992 are: now it is constitutionally mandatory to hold regular elections to local government bodies. Seats are reserved in elected bodies for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes (OBCs). At least one third of all positions are reserved for women. The State Election Commission was created to conduct panchayat and municipal elections. The state governments are required to share some power and revenue with local government bodies. Next question. Explain the structure of the new Panchayati Raj institutions both in rural and urban areas. Answer. Rural local government is known by the name of Panchayati Raj, democratic decentralization. Each village or group of village has a Gram Panchayat. Panch, President or Sarpanch are directly elected by all the adult population of the village and is the decision-making body. The Panchayat works under the supervision of Gram Sabha with all the voters as its members. The local structure goes up to the district level. A group of Gram Panchayats form a Panchayat Samiti or block or mandal. All the Panchayat Samitis or mandals together constitute the Jila Parishad, which consists of elected members, Lok Sabha members, local MLAs, and officers are also members of the Jila Parishad. Its chairperson is the political head of the Parishad. Urban areas, local bodies. Municipalities are set up in towns. Big cities are constituted into municipal corporations. Both are controlled by elected bodies consisting of people's representatives. Municipal chairperson is the political head of the municipality. The head of the municipal corporation is an officer called the mayor. Next question. How is federal power sharing more effective today than in the early years? Explain. Answer. Federal power sharing is more effective because of the nature of democratic politics in India. It has ensured that the spirit of federalism, respect for diversity, and desire for living together have become a shared ideal in our country. Federal power sharing has helped to include a habit of democratic participation. Federal power sharing is the best way to realize one important principle of democracy, namely local self-government. Constitutional status for local government has helped to deepen democracy. It has increased women's representation and voice in democracy. Federal power sharing has led to formation of linguistic states, which has actually made the country more united. It has also made administration easier. It reduces the power of the central government and gives power to regional governments. इसी के साथ हमारा ये वीडियो कंप्लीट होता है. हमारे वीडियो को लाइक करें, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और हमें कमेंट करके ज़रूर बताएं आपको ये वीडियो कैसा लगा. चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें. धन्यवाद.